am here with Jason Chise and OTR Performance in this beautiful facility, and I could not be more excited to share the story of OTR Performance and have Jason talk about the incredible work him and his team are doing. Jason, thank you for opening up your space and allowing time for this conversation today. I cannot wait to share the work that you guys are doing with so many people out there today.
Thank you, Davin, and it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming and gathering, sharing, and being able to allow us to share our story. I feel like this is an awesome opportunity for the world to hear our story.
Absolutely. So your story, OTR Performance, it's a really, really cool one. Take us back to the purpose point of OTR. Tell us the story. How did this all come to be?
Actually, the story happens, I would say, in Florida, when I had like a vision, and I said, I was on vacation and I had a vision to start a business, and I hadn't had a vision ever before. And it was kind of like, it came to me in a spotlight and said, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it. And it was a 40-page document that I wrote, and it laid out everything in there. And when I started this business plan, I didn't realize what I was up for, but it ended up being kind of where we're at today. It kind of aligns with the first business plan that I've started back in 2012. When I came back from that vacation, I went to all my friends, all my peers, I went to everyone and asked for their opinion. I said, am I capable of starting a business? I didn't have any ambition to start a business when I was in school. I didn't even know what it took. No one in my family has a business. So I was like, what does it take to have a business? What is it, how do I even get started? Obviously you look, and I started with a business plan, so that was the best thing that I could do. And all my friends kind of stood behind me and said, go for it. My parents lent me $10,000 and said, hey, here's some money to get you going. And they kind of stood by my side and helped me get my feet, started.
That's awesome. So you had a vision, you had this almost overnight business plan, you had a camaraderie of people around you that you trusted to say, hey, can I do this? Am I capable? And then you had the support of your parents and a little seed money to get this going. And now here we are 7 years later?
Yes, 7 years in May.
Right. And is this ever what you envisioned it was going to be?
No.
No. So tell us a little bit about what OTR is and what you do here.
So OTR Performance, we develop advanced diagnostics for the transportation industry and construction industry, and we're planning to go into many different industries right now with our advanced diagnostics. And it's just handheld tools or different diagnostic tools to be able to fix the equipment or the vehicles, to get them back on the road, or to do diagnostics as a technician so you can fix the vehicles. So you know what the problem is and what you need to do to fix it.
That's awesome. And you started with one product, right?
Correct.
You started with one product, and now you have multiple products, and now your products are on trucks all over the world, really, right? I mean, the reach has been incredible.
Yes. So I would say the first product that we've developed was back in 2013. It took about 7 months to develop. And it was kind of, again, it started with an idea, and that idea sparked into something that was larger than what we could ever think. We were like, hey, if this one truck driver is having this one problem, probably other truck drivers are having the same problem. And we kind of kept going down a path where we were trying to find solutions to people's problems. And that's why we exist, is honestly, like, I saw, as I was doing the repairs, because we started as an automotive diesel repair facility, and as I was doing repairs on all these semi-trucks, I was like really realizing, like, wow, this is crazy. All these people are having the same problem. Is there a solution? Can we fix this? Is there another way we could, create a solution for all these problems?
That's awesome. I remember you were telling me the story of when you kind of had that aha moment of, wow, there really is this problem that we can solve, and how do we do this? And I think a lot of times people use the words purpose, mission, and why almost interchangeably, like those are the same thing. But they're not really. Purpose is the reason that you exist and what you do. your mission is how that impacts others, and then your why is your motivation to actually accomplish that mission. So let's kind of go back. We kind of know what the purpose of OTR is, and we know that the mission is to make advanced diagnostics available and to everyone. Let's talk about the why. Let's go back to that moment when you saw the need. What's your why to get up and do this every day?
Why? That's a good point, because when I graduated Universal Technical Institute back in 2009, I graduated as an automotive diesel technician, and when I came back to Michigan, I couldn't find a job. I tried applying to all the dealerships, all the automotive schools, and I realized that I was like, no one wants me. I felt that sense of betrayal of, I'm a good technician in terms of, the school that I went. I graduated top of my class, 99.9% attendance. So I graduated with the skills, but I didn't have anyone to believe that I can actually perform. And so the first thing that happened after months of searching is, as a Volvo truck dealer, called VIP Truck Center out of Livonia, Michigan, they actually called me in for an interview. And I was like, I don't know anything about trucks. Why would they want me? What do I have that they want? And I kind of went by faith and said, okay, let's see what happens with this, and ended up getting the position. And so I feel like that sense of betrayal and being a part of something bigger than I am, which is the truck dealership, I thought that was the most incredible thing. And that kind of gave me no matter what happened during that time period to when I started the business, I went to an automotive facility and I worked there, but it never gave me the sense of passion that I had for trucks. So I always came back to trucks. I don't know why, but that is my why, why I kept coming back.
And you were telling me earlier, you really gotten intimate with some trucks, right? You were saying how you used to work underneath them, it gets all greasy, you'd come home and you'd be just covered in black, and just as you shower, there'd just be just black all over the shower. And I didn't even know this until you said it, but even to repair some of the trucks, you actually have to get in that engine and kind of get behind there. And so, you really have developed not just a deep sense of knowledge about trucks and how they work and how to repair them, but now this passion for them. And now here you are creating innovative ideas that keep them on the road moving forward and making them accessible to everyone. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like that, that bond that I have when it comes to trucks, I have a special bond that it gives me passion. I spend so many countless hours doing diagnostics, diving deeper in the engine, diving deeper in the trucks, and I would spend so many hours trying to figure out if something was pressing me and I couldn't figure out, and no one could figure it out. Because you try to go on Google doesn't have the answer, and only you can do it. If you want to spend the time of doing advanced diagnostics to the certain level that we do, you have to spend the time to get to know the truck. And not only get to know it intimately. And so I feel like I got to that point of intimately knowing the trucks and getting deeper into it. So I feel like that kind of gives me that why, that passion to continue moving forward.
That's awesome. And that passion has become contagious in this shop. We were just walking through your offices and I saw 3 or 4 faces that I hadn't seen a couple months ago when I was here. Talk to me about your people, right? Because the greatest thing that you develop, or in my opinion, isn't necessarily the product. It's the culture that you're creating here within these walls. So talk to me about kind of your team and what they're excited about and what you're excited about as it pertains to them.
Yeah, so our team is an awesome team. I love our team. We have as young as just graduated from high school all the way up to mid-30s in terms of age group. But the team is close family. I feel like every single person here gets us to where we want to go because they're a part of our mission. They're a part of our core values. They believe in our core values and they embrace them. And I feel like a lot of times if we don't take care of the people that we have, we kind of, myself as a leader, if I just want, but I don't see the value in the people to get to where we want to go, I feel like that's where there's a disconnect. So I feel like if I believe and I share my ideas, my thoughts, and we get to where we want to go, I feel like everyone comes together and is a part of something bigger than themselves. So I really like that, every single time we have a meeting, Every single time we try to re-illustrate why do we do what we do, and why are we existing? Why do we create these diagnostic tools? Why do we share the stories that people call and tell us, like how we save the day? So this past Christmas, we actually had an email come through that said, if it wasn't for your guys' tool, I would not be able to make it home to my family. So they gave us a sense of appreciation. We share that with our team. Say, hey guys, this is why we come into work. This is why we create these tools. This is why we create this, why we do all the engineering, why we do all the testing, why we do all the sales, why we kind of make sure our customers are happy, because we do this as a team. So it's not just me that is the leader, but I feel like we're all in this together. So if one person is out of sync, it causes all of us to stumble.
Another really cool thing that you guys do here that really drives that is you guys have kind of a ministry segment. Talk to me about the ministry segment here at OTR and what that's all about and why that's important.
Yeah, so the ministry segment of OTR Performance, it really started out me listening to podcasts. I'm on a lot of different podcasts, listening to them, and I felt the need, and I felt that there was a calling to me to do something in this business, to have a ministry impact, because I'm touching the lives of truck drivers, technicians, fleet owners, owner-operators, companies. I mean, we're touching so many people on a daily basis, and I wanted them to know who we are, why do we exist as a company. And when I was listening to some podcasts, I realized that I need to be a part of a group called C12. It was a business ministry focused peer-to-peer group, and they kind of challenged me. They kind of challenged me to put a ministry segment in my business. And the ministry segment in our business currently is focused around the book of John, and how we put the book of John in each and every shipment. And if it wasn't for me taking the first initial step to make ministry a part of this business, it wouldn't get to this step where we now influence the lives of many. And it's awesome to be a part of that in God's ministry.
So that's unique. So you guys actually ship the book of John with every single product that you sell.
Yes, every single product.
That is phenomenal.
And it's branded by OTR Performance. So it actually says, the title of the book says, Empower Your Life.
Wow. What's some of the feedback that you've gotten from customers who maybe weren't expecting that, and they get this product and all of a sudden there's this book of John in there?
So it's interesting because a lot of people think it's installation manual. So well, in some
ways it kind of is, right?
So we actually had someone call and they said, hey, I got this book. I opened it, and all of a sudden I'm reading about my life. And it's, and I feel like it was kind of that moment of them realizing who we are as a company. And I feel like that was a good connection point for us to share the good news, but at the same time, it was for them to know who we are. We're not just a company that doesn't care for their life. We're a company that exists not only to care for building products, but we care about the ministry segment. We care about where they want to go in eternity. And we want to be a part of that journey for them. We want to plant the seed, and we want to see God take that and do whatever He has empowered to do.
That's awesome. And that mirrors kind of how you lead and operate your culture here, right? It's not just about the product that you're shipping them. It's not a transactional piece. It's a transformational relationship. You're giving them something that is going to impact them far more than whatever product they bought from you. And that's the same thing with your people here. It's not this transactional relationship of come to work and I'll pay you. You're constantly growing them and helping hone their skills and who they're becoming through working here. I love that you have that synergistic parallel purpose of not only who you're helping your people become, but who you're helping your customers become through the products that they're purchasing through you. That's awesome.
I feel like that's what God calls us to be as a business, do business as ministry. And He's given me this business through a vision, and I want to see that vision through. And I feel like this is just an awesome way to kind of be able to be a part of something bigger than even myself. I'm just a manager. I'm just a manager here in this world, right? I'm just managing. I don't own this place. There's someone bigger that does.
That is so powerful. The manufacturing sector and industry can sometimes have this disconnect with purpose, especially on an individual level. But what you just told, that Christmas story, I mean, think about that. There is someone who would not have been at home having Christmas dinner, watching their kids open up presents, enjoying that memory, if it wasn't for the individual contributions of everyone on your team and them coming together to do what you do. I mean, that truly is a purposeful sense of impact as it relates to what you guys do. What an awesome story.
Definitely.
What are some of the cool culture things that you do here? How do you keep those stories and this vision alive within these walls while continuing to innovate and press forward and move forward? What are some of those cool little things you do?
Yeah, I would say we do an interesting thing here. We celebrate everyone's birthday and we get a cake. So every birthday we get a cake, and that kind of brings everyone together, kind of making a sense of giving each and every person a sense of purpose that, hey, we value their birthday. We value them as who they are. And then we constantly have meetings, and it's having team meetings, having lunches, having time that we spend together as a team, because I feel like as we spend time together, we go closer together. So it's always constantly, putting ourselves together to kind of get us to, to fit better, to always kind of, be in relationship and being in tune with what each other like, what dislikes, what we have. So when we were at bocce, we played bocce ball. We went to the Palazzo de Bocce this past Christmas, and we were playing, and I just saw everyone connecting. I just saw everyone, people that don't normally talk together. We were all connecting. I mean, it was fun, and it kind of seeing the culture there. I felt like, you see a spark in each and every employee. So I feel like it's, that culture gets built by us spending time together.
That's awesome. I love the synergy that not only that you're talking about, but that I see when I'm actually here. It's incredible to actually see unfold. So you're in growth mode. You guys have kind of been on this hiring spree. You're going in a million miles an hour. And if someone were to walk in the door to be a part of this team, the OTR team, what's it take to work here? What's the number one thing that you look for when someone walks through those doors?
I would say, skill set to me does not mean a lot more than their passion. Do they really want to be a part of something bigger? Where do we align to where they want to go, even in their career path? Can we be a part of that to get them to where they want to go in their career path? So I feel like I look at, do they align? Do they align with the purpose? Do they align with the mission? And do they align with the core values of who we are? Because if we have a misalignment in the mission, vision, and the core values, I feel like that's going to be harder for us, and it's going to cause us to kind of fumble throughout the process. So I feel like that is kind of one of the things that kind of bring us. If you walk in here and you have to be a part of what we're doing and where we're going.
That's right. And you said core values 3 times there. So that's the number one thing. What are those values, and how did you come up with them?
Yeah, so the core values is something that I actually prayed about. Me and my wife spent some time praying about them, because we felt like that was something we wanted to ingrain into who we are. We said we're a company, we're a small business. I'm the only owner of the business, so we felt that we really have to spend some time here to make have meaning. So the core value that we have set in place at OTR Performance can be viewed as the spine of OTR Performance. So the spine is actually from my wife. She's a nurse practitioner who just graduated from U of M. So we have that medical background here where it's a spine. So I feel like everything from the spine those are the core values. So if something is misaligned from our spine, it's going to cause us to fumble. It's going to cause us to have some type of a pain. So that spine has to be perfect. Everything has to be in tune with the spine. So that's kind of a little bit of why we put that in there for our core values. But a few of them are: great conversations lead to great outcomes. Be kind and compassionate. Be resourceful and open-minded. Build a positive team and family spirit. Live with integrity, and then pursue growth and knowledge.
Wow. Those are powerful. I mean, and they're meaningful, because a lot of times, you'll hear companies pick things like teamwork and integrity and innovation and results matter, right? But those are really, really purposeful when you think about who you're helping them become by living those values out. You're not just helping them become better employees, you're helping them become better people, and they take that home and they embody those, and that's fantastic. I love the spine analogy. That's great. I mean, the teamwork between you and your bride, that's fantastic, how you pulled that together. Living with integrity, you said something earlier, we were talking before we started this, and you had a customer, or occasionally this happens, where people reach out to you and they ask you to create something that might be a profitable idea, but doesn't necessarily align with your purpose, your mission, your vision, and your values. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. So we had a customer who was they purchased some of our equipment, diagnostic equipment, and they said, there's a lot of problems with this. I'll talk a little bit more specific. So there's a Freightliner truck that has countless problems with their NOx sensor, which is an after-treatment system. And they were saying, why don't you guys make a better NOx sensor? Why don't you guys develop something that is better than what the manufacturer produced? And I'm like, well, that sounds like a great idea. And he was very insisting. He was like, Jason, you guys got to do this. You guys have to. Like, I will do whatever it takes for you guys to do this. And I'm like, yeah, but we're a small team here, but we're laser focused. And so I tried to put it off as nicely as I could. I just said, it just does not align with where we want to go, what we're trying to do, and the impact that we're trying to do in this industry and all the industries that we want to go. So any distraction that we have would not get us to where we want to go. So I had to tell them, like, hey, it doesn't fall in line with where we want to do, what we want to create, what we want to build, and where we want to innovate.
That's awesome. There are so many organizations that if they can see an opportunity to expand into a different area that's profitable, or maybe that they can stake their stake in the ground and make a market, and they kind of jump into that. But you were very thoughtful, and you said, is this going to take away from time and resources of us achieving our true purpose and getting to where we want to go? And I think because you're doing that, that is why you're growing so fast. You're focusing on your purpose in the windshield and not in the rearview mirror. It's not, hey, we started this, but now what can we do? It's, no, we know clearly where we're going, and we need to say no to anything that's not in alignment with that.
Definitely.
Well done. Man, I've really enjoyed our conversation and our time here today. Is there anything else that you want to add or that you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I feel like we're at the place where we need to keep moving forward, and every single day we got to fight and have that grit in every single thing to get to the next level. What's the next level? What's the next level? Because I feel like a lot of times people ask us, like, where are you guys going? What are you guys doing? And it's like, and until we get to that point, I don't think we'll ever get to that point of finishing the task, running the race and getting to the end goal. I feel like we're always gonna run some type of race, and we're always gonna feel like we come into work with passion, with the drive to move us forward.
It's almost like you keep on moving that purpose point forward. It's like, we got here, now we need to go here.
Well, that's why OTR Performance exists, right? So, OTR, it stands for over the road, and over the road, off the road, and then performance. So we want to perform. So that's kind of what we want to do, and what we stand by for. That's why the company exists at the namesake, right? OTR Performance.
It definitely reflects the namesake. You guys are doing an amazing job here. That's awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day and exposing me to your team and the incredible work that you're doing. And I can't wait to see the impact that you guys continue to make as you continue to innovate and move forward and help so many others drive their performance.
Awesome.
It's fantastic.
Thank you, Davin.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very much.